Welcome back everyone. Today we will be looking at a comparison between 9 of the top ENB graphic mods for Skyrim. An ENB is a mod that greatly changes the graphics and visual fidelity of the game. There are of course a huge amount of ENBs available, all with talented authors, so I've tried to pick some of the best for varying styles and themes, as well as a couple of my personal favorites. So if you are thinking of trying out an ENB for the first time, or you are wanting to switch to a new preset, I hope this video helps you out. Also, near the end of the video, there will be a few comparison clips of each ENB together. But now, let's get started with an ENB called Berserkyr. This ENB requires the Natural and Atmospheric Tamriel or NAT weather plugin, and is the one I have been using for many of my other videos. The colours are very vibrant, although I do tend to turn down the saturation a touch for my own game to avoid any oversaturation. Interiors look beautiful as well, with fantastic lighting and a good balance between deep shadows and light. One of the best visuals is when a gentle mist blankets your surrounding, creating a very moody, silent environment. I also really like the depth of field effect, allowing you to create some very cinematic shots. Overall, it's visually beautiful and complements the Nordic style of Skyrim very well. Next is one of the more popular ENBs made by Rudy. There are multiple versions of this ENB available, and today I will be showcasing the main preset made for Cathedral weather and seasons. This preset is a nice blend between fantasy and a natural looking Skyrim, which works great in all weather types. Again, the colours are very vibrant, making for some spectacular environments and landscapes. There is a reason this is one of the most popular ENBs for Skyrim, because it looks great and features all the latest effects an ENB can offer. So if you are just looking to enhance the visuals of Skyrim, this is a fantastic option. Now let's take a look at a more stylized preset called Ominous ENB. This ENB is made for Obsidian weathers and creates a very somber and gloomy version of Skyrim. The colours are all desaturated with a more neutral palette, lighting is in general more dark with deep shadows that create a real ominous sense to the world of Skyrim. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed using this ENB. As someone who mostly enjoys more fantasy type environments, leaning into the dark fantasy side of Skyrim was very refreshing and gave the game a more unique feel. Overall, it's not something I would use all of the time, but is perfect for a dark or evil playthrough. Next is the ENB known as Pi-Cho. This ENB is based on the very popular Silent Horizons preset and builds upon that with extra features that you can enjoy. It is available in many different weather combinations. For this video, I am using it with the NAT weather plugin. However, you can choose any one to your liking. The visuals of this preset complement all the aspects of Skyrim very well. It is also one of the best if you enjoy taking cinematic screenshots as you play. Overall, you can't go wrong with this preset and is definitely one of the best from more recent times. Now we have a preset that's a little more visually unique called Cabbage ENB. This ENB is made for the NAT weather plugin and is available only through Discord on the Skyrim Guild server, which I will link down below. Visually, this ENB is very distinct and is unlike many of the other ENBs in this video. I would almost describe it as having a pastel texture, but nonetheless looks absolutely stunning in game. Regarding performance, I was surprised to discover it was decent and wasn't any worse than the other ENBs mentioned before. I definitely recommend trying this one out, and it is in my top 3 all-time favourite ENBs for Skyrim. Next is one of the most visually impressive ENBs, known as Bjorn ENB. This preset again requires the NAT weather plugin and also requires a reshade, which is another tool to enhance the visuals of Skyrim, and together will make your game look incredible. There is no doubt this is one of the best ENBs out there, with every landscape looking like a painting. The lighting in particular is gorgeous and is only amplified by what I would call the best fire visuals for Skyrim I have ever seen. A truly next-gen Skyrim experience. The only downside is it is also one of the most performance-heavy ENBs. My PC is not the greatest, and I did notice a drop in frames in almost every environment, so I would recommend only people with a decent PC setup use this option. However, the author is creating a more performance-friendly version currently in beta testing, so keep an eye out on that. Otherwise, feast your eyes on this masterpiece to transform your Skyrim. Following that is another ENB that I have used in many of my videos called PhotoRealistic Tamriel, or PRT. Also utilizing nat weathers, this preset is designed to create a realistic feel for Skyrim with natural lighting and crisp, vibrant colors. The mod page also comes with extensive instructions on how to adjust the settings to your liking, and features several different presets for you to try that showcase what PRT can achieve. A great ENB for someone who wants to get in depth and create a unique preset for themselves. Next is the newly released ENB called Patrician. This ENB utilizes the Soul-Last weather mod to create a fantastical and colourful version of Skyrim. This is especially apparent with beautiful gradients of gold and purple often lighting up the skybox. The water was another highlight for me, creating some stunning reflections of the environment surrounding you. Overall, the golden tones deliver dramatic visuals to the world of Skyrim for you to enjoy and experience. Another fantastic ENB preset. And lastly, we have a Vanilla Plus style ENB called Vanilla ENB Two. If you are looking to keep it simple without changing Skyrim too much, then this is the ENB for you. It has very little requirements, and to showcase, I am using it with just the vanilla weather, but you can use it with any weather mod of your choice. It is also said to be a performance-friendly ENB, which in my experience I did notice some minor performance gains, but nothing major, so don't expect a magic bullet here. This preset is less fancy than the others, but still has all the features that most ENBs have to offer, and if you are looking for a Vanilla Plus style to your game, then this one should definitely be considered. Now let's take a look at some comparisons between all of the ENBs together. For each comparison, I have made sure it is firstly in the same location, as well as the same time of day, and the same active weather, for example sunny with no clouds, so that each comparison is fair, and you can see the true difference between each preset. First is Out by Pine Watch in Falkreath Forest. You can really see how some have vibrant colour compared to others with more toned down colour palettes. The shadows are also good to look at and compare against one another. Moving to interiors, we have Dragon's Reach and Whiterun, which gives a good idea of interior lighting. Now this will depend greatly on what lighting mods you use. I am using Lux with the brighter settings, so it may look a little different to what you experience, but you can see a few are much darker than the rest. The Berserkyr ENB in particular looks great with that warm firelight and deep shadows, although the flames from Bjorn are just fantastic. Back to the great outdoors, let's head to the Rift, where we can compare the colourful autumn trees. I have to single out the Cabbage ENB here, which is still vibrant but doesn't overdo it, creating a very cinematic look. Pi-Cho and Patrician ENB also look great here, but I will let you make up your own mind. And before we finish, I do want to repeat that ENBs can be very taxing on your performance and depend greatly on your PC setup. I have also included a list of other mods I use and recommend using that have also affected the visuals from this video alongside your ENB. If you are new to ENBs, I also have a guide video that will be linked down below and goes through the installation process and general setup. But otherwise, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again next time. Cheers.